This is the Mighty Oba, Sports Director for 1080 AM WFO Radio here out of Buffalo, New York. Well, I think it's over for the Buffalo Bills for this year as far as Super Bowl or playoff aspirations. It went down in Toronto. Toronto is not a place for a home game in December. Home games need to be played at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo. I understand that you need to market your team and get more revenue and make it more popular. And it is a problem when you don't have home field advantage against an opponent who had home field advantage against you. That's a major, major problem. And a difficulty that this team is going to have to look at in the not too near distant future. Giving away home games to division rivals is definitely a strategic loss for the Buffalo Bills. Well, they lost to the New York Jets 19-13 and now have 10 days to think about playing the Kansas City Chiefs with little or no chance of making the playoffs. Have they been eliminated as of yet? Not exactly yet, but they can be eliminated as of this week. The Buffalo Bills have enough talent on this football team to have made the playoffs this year. But unfortunately, an inexperienced coaching staff, bad players at certain positions have hurt this team once again. And I believe we're about to see a major overhaul in how this team and franchise is operating in the not too near distant future. First thing they need to do is change the scouting and personnel departments. You've already gotten rid of the head coach, and I think you're going to end up cleaning house as far as all of those that operate this franchise. There's still a lot of talent and personnel on this football team to win football games. And maybe next year, and this year as we anticipate, we see Ralph Wilson bring in a football guy to run the football operation and let Russ Brandon do what he does best, and that is marketing. He has no business meddling or operating in the operation of the Buffalo Bills. That's what needs to be done for this team to be successful in the not too near distant future. Ralph Wilson, hire a football guy and make sure that this guy understands that I do not need inexperienced coaches on this coaching staff. I need experienced coaches that are going to lead this team back to its winning ways of the 90s. That's what Marv Levy did. He hired a very experienced coaching staff. It worked out for the Buffalo Bills, and you had unprecedented success over the 90s and the latter part of the 80s. If you want to return to that, you need to go back to that model and change your model on how the Buffalo Bills franchise operates. Hopefully, they'll listen, because the faithful fans of Western New York have continuously supported this franchise, and unfortunately, they saw fit to give away a very strategic game that I think really helped lead this team away from the playoffs again in 2009. We'll see you next week right here. I'm the Mighty Obo on 1080 AM WFO Radio. We'll see you next week.